So today, just a few hours ago, on the cover of nytimes.com was the headline, Federal Appeals Court Rejects Trump's Claim of Absolute Immunity. The story goes on to say, in the lead, the ruling answered a question that an appeals court had never addressed. Can former presidents escape being held accountable by the criminal justice system for things they did while in office? This is the Snowstorm for February 6th, 2024. Thank you for joining. I'm Nicholas Snow, your host. Theme of the Snowstorm is Saving Democracy. If you are watching live, I want you to know that if you have a question or a comment, it may be featured on screen unless you are watching on Instagram Live. I cannot curate your remarks into the broadcast. So by all means, comment. I'd love to curate your remarks. I'd like to know what you feel about the headlines today, and I will be back with more of those headlines next. PromoHomoTV is all about empowering you, our communities, and our world. Shouting out to my media partners. Pink Media, amplifying PromoHomoTV across the Twitterverse with their #ILoveGay campaign. GayDesertGuide.lgbt. And KGay 1065 Palm Springs, available worldwide. Ask your smart speaker to play KGAY. It's as simple as this. We will save our democracy in 2024, or we will watch the United States implode. I'm Nicholas Snow, and this crisis we face is why I have launched the Snowstorm, a nightly hot topics panel discussion show in which I will curate your social media comments into the show, and we will connect the conversation to action we can take to save America.
Watch the Snowstorm nightly at 6 p.m. Pacific at PromoHomo.TV.
And it's 2.5 minutes into the broadcast. If you are still watching, it means I have your attention and you're a little bit interested in tonight's subject matter or this show. So since I've engaged you for at least 3 minutes, I would love for you to do me a couple of favors. First of all, I would appreciate it if you would make sure to not only subscribe to my YouTube channel, but that you will engage in notifications. So you just simply go to the YouTube channel. If you're already a subscriber, you can click on Notify Me for upcoming episodes. And if you're not getting notified of the broadcast, when you're logged in at YouTube, go to Settings and then Notifications, and then you'll have the opportunity to choose to be notified for each one of the broadcasts of the Snowstorm. The other thing I would like you to do is, if you were watching on Facebook or LinkedIn or YouTube or Twitter, or if you're listening on any of the multiple podcast platforms where this is available in audio, please share it to your social media. Share it to your groups, especially if you're a part of large active groups on LinkedIn and Facebook. Please share this to the groups. I would greatly appreciate it. And Rock May is tuning in. He says he's been away a while and he's sending Omni love and hugs. I have noticed that you haven't been here, Rock. I pay attention, and I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for joining. So let's talk about some of the other headlines that came out today. I've already talked about the nytimes.com headline, Federal Appeals Court Rejects Trump's Claim of Absolute Immunity. And George T. Conway III for The Atlantic, I believe he's married to Kellyanne Conway. The headline is, An Airtight Ruling Against Trump. And then below that, in a masterful opinion, the D.C. Circuit rejected the former president's bid for immunity. At CNN.com earlier today, Court rules Trump does not have immunity from 2020 election subversion prosecution. And at MSNBC.com, Team Trump's, this is an opinion at MSNBC.com, one of my favorites though. Team Trump's presidential immunity threats are too brazen to ignore. You'll recall his attorneys argued that he should have the right to send SEAL Team 6 to assassinate his political rivals and only be prosecuted if he were impeached and convicted in the impeachment process. Then he could be held accountable. So anyway, that's an example of why Team Trump's presidential immunity threats are too brazen to ignore. I wanted to see what Fox News had to say, so I went to the Fox News homepage, and it was really hard to find this particular story. And then ultimately I found the headline, Trump not immune from prosecution in 2020 election case, federal appeals court rules. But at the top, this was buried a bit. The primary headline was Trump successful in delaying the hearing once again. So that was their take on it. So as an experiment, you see that graphic on the screen that says Trump does not have absolute immunity. I posted it on Facebook and on Instagram to see if anyone wanted to comment in those mediums about it. And I don't have any new comments. So what I have done for the purposes of tonight's show, that's the other thing I wanted to share with you. Now we're 7 minutes into the show. If you're watching now, I really do have your attention. So this is February 6th. There were 31 days in January, which means this is the 37th night in a row this year, every night this year, that I've gone live at 6 p.m. Pacific time with the Snowstorm. Now, 20% of the time in the live time slot, I've broadcast something that was pre-recorded, but not necessarily ever seen across my social media platforms. But most nights, the majority of nights, I've been here live. Now, in the Field of Dreams, one of the big lines is, if you build it, they will come. That's what I'm doing with this show. What I need to do, the additional work that I need to do, is I need to make sure that as many people out there who are literally on the front lines of saving democracy know about my show. Because my vision for this show is to really bring these people onto the show, let you know what they're doing, and let them tell us what we can do to make a difference in the fight to save democracy. So that is where I'm headed, and I really want and need your support to help make that happen. Speaking of support, before I get into some fun comments about today's theme, I just want to remind you that you can support PromoHomoTV for as little as $3 a month at patreon.com/PromoHomoTV. You can send one-time contributions via Venmo to @PromoHomoTV. If you go to Patreon and you subscribe for $3 a month, I'll give you a shout out on an upcoming broadcast. And if you subscribe for $10 a month or more, you end up going into the closing credits. And periodically on the Patreon platform, I will give you a link so you can become a video caller into the broadcast, and I can put you on screen and up close and personal learn what you have to say. So there is a very busy Facebook group. I actually love it. It's among the top 25 political pages on Facebook. It's a page, not a group. And it's called Call to Activism. They posted a meme, and it's not a meme, it's a graphic headline that basically says, breaking news, the DC's, I'm looking over here because that's where I have access to this. Actually, I can put it right here in front of me. Breaking news, the D.C. Circuit shocks Trump and rules he is not immune from criminal prosecution. Who agrees that the court is right? And then there's literally 1,200 comments. I'm not going to tell you people's last names because they haven't signed up to be referenced on my live show. Although last night's show I had a lot of fun. I basically read out some of the comments that were made to me on my page. I included first and last names, and some of those people, they didn't look too good. They were very uncivil. So in response to the opinions, this is on the Call to Activism page on Facebook. Frank says no one is above the law. Our politicians should be held to a higher standard. Kathy Smith agrees. Sandy says as they should. Larcy agrees. Christopher says great news indeed. He became too big for his boots. Wendell agrees. These are people of many words. Basically, we have a whole bunch of one-word comments of people agree, some agree 100%. Great news. Big Bubba is very happy. Some people are saying finally. Other people say, oh, happy day. Dorothy says, yes, yes, yes. Joyce says, wonderful. Jen is giving a round of applause. Elise says, great, with lots and lots of explanation points. Carmen, I do agree. Elizabeth, great. Celestine, great. Agreed, fantastic. I'm just going down. Perfect. Yes, highly agree. Awesome, totally agree. Agree. I agree 100. No one is above the law, not even him. I definitely agree. Nobody is above the law. So that's the theme. The theme is that people do not agree. So I'm just going to take a break. I'm going to encourage you to take particular action. I'm going to wrap up the show. It doesn't need to be a long broadcast because I don't have a guest and I don't have a lot of live viewers right now. I'm not making up that I have thousands of live viewers right now. I do get thousands of viewers over time. I have about 3,000 subscribers to my YouTube channel. I have 8,500 people that have liked my Facebook page. I don't follow how many people follow me on Instagram or X, but I'm asking you for your support in spreading the word about my show. But more importantly, I want you to do this. This particular shirt is the crux of the Hopeful Sexual campaign, and it is designed to inspire authentic human connection while simultaneously combating sexuality-based shame and stigma. And the really cool thing is, if you go to hopefulsexual.com, it takes you to an Amazon store where this shirt is available in all sorts of styles, sizes, and colors. And I use the revenue to fund PromoHomo.TV. So check it out. I think almost everyone is a hopeful sexual, don't you? And I'm wearing the Hopeful Sexual sweatshirt, and the artwork is on both sides. When I wear this out, it's the most complimented shirt I've ever had. So just add .com to it, and it takes you to Amazon. In the last few minutes of the show, on tomorrow night's show, we're having an update on the court proceedings in the trial of accused Palm Springs serial rapist who targeted gay men on dating apps. So that's tomorrow's show live. And I have a guest coming on the show who's been attending the court proceedings. I also wanted you to know when you go to PromoHomo.TV, you can find all of the recent broadcast of the Snowstorm. And I also wanted you to know that in the menu, you can find other broadcasts as well. Right now I'm focusing on producing the Snowstorm, but I also wanted you to know about the pitching guest section. There's a whole section on how to submit guest and story ideas. There also in the menu is a merch and shopping link. You can find Hopeful Sexual merch, PromoHomoTV merch, Vote t-shirts, books, and music. That's all available from the merch link. So by all means, check that out. And thank you for letting me share that with you. Rock is still going to buy one of the Hopeful Sexual shirts soon. Rock, you don't have to buy one. You are a major supporter of my show as a PromoHomoTV superstar. So I just need you to communicate with me privately the style, size, and color that you want, and the appropriate address, and I'll make sure that I ship one directly to you. And really, thank you for your love and support. It means a lot to me. And I want to thank everyone for watching this short and sweet episode. And I ask you to be part of this show's success going forward. And check out the closing credits, including the names of the people who helped me with $10 a month or more. Thank you for watching.
In a safe place, I got room to breathe. Been a long chase, but at last I'm free. These open woods, I knew I could find peace here. Nothing